Ready, Set, Gold. My name's Alan James. I'm here to talk about my sport and being adaptable in sports and life in general, actually. When I was a kid, I really got into the Olympics at an early age. I remember 1972 watching the Olympics, and a friend of ours that we knew was participating in the Olympics, and I wanted to go to the Olympics someday. So it was one of those things. He was a runner, and so I started running, and I got into track and field as a great middle distance runner. And at one meet, my coach wanted me to do this event called race walking. Oh, okay, sure, coach, we need to score some more points, I'll race walk. So from that point on, I kind of did race walking on the side and the middle distance running. And it was just really, it was an opportunity for me to do something a little different, and I was pretty good at it. I tried everything. I played soccer, I played basketball, I swam, I did a lot of different sports, but I always came back to race walking. Watching the Olympics, I remember getting a chance to watch the walk and I actually got to meet some of the Mexican Olympic race walkers, and they were really good at it. They decided to do a sport in the Olympics in 1968, and it was race walking in track and field, and they wanted to win a medal, so they chose walking in 1968, and they ended up winning a medal for the first time in track and field. And I think there's an opportunity for us to take a look at when you're doing sports. I played soccer, I played basketball, I swam, like I said before, but I found something that I was really good at doing. And it's just like school and academics too. I mean, you might find, do everything, do math, history, English, and all the different subjects. Go ahead and try everything out. You might find that you're really good at something like history or art or music. I found that walking would be an opportunity for me to do well, and I went to college, I race walked in college, and I was an All-American, and that's when I decided to go and pursue the Olympics. And I was able to make 2 Olympic teams for the United States, and it was just a great opportunity for me. So I want to encourage all of you to consider all sports, all events. So the Mexican walking program was a real example for me, and it is actually an example to all of Latin America, because Latin America adopted the walk, and it's their #1 event, I should say, in athletics or track and field. They've won more medals in walking than any other event, and because it's fairly inexpensive to do, and you don't have to be my size. I'm 6'3", as the tallest guy in this race where I set the American record, and a Mexican athlete who's 5'7", Bernardo Segura, he set the world record, and he's just 5'7". So it doesn't matter how big you are or short you are, you can be good at walking, and it's a real opportunity because Latin America's won 14 medals. Guatemala's won 1 Olympic medal. It is walking. And so that's one of my passions now as an older athlete, that I get to talk to potential athletes about being walkers. And that's what I really love about Ready, Set, Gold, because I get to introduce a lot of kids to race walking. When it comes to making decisions in your life and what you end up choosing to do, I would consider keep your options open. Always keep your options open for things that you might not even think of. If you fail, you can always try something else, but always keep on trying. The same goes with life. You always want to take that opportunity to be adaptable. And it doesn't matter really, as long as you enjoy it and you can have a passion for it. And that's the important part. You may not even know that it's out there until you try it, and when you go to a job or a workplace, maybe they want you to do something that you hadn't done before. But that's okay. Be adaptable. Be ready to do it, because my coach wanted me to do this walk, and I hadn't competed in it before, but I did it, and I ended up making an Olympic team doing it. So you never know. Always be ready to learn. Always be open to take that new challenge. All right, here we are. We're ready to race walk. We're gonna learn how to race walk. And just before we get started, I think all of you have done this maybe once or twice when you're a kid. Maybe you're at the community pool and the lifeguard, you're running out of the pool and the lifeguard shouts, "Don't run!" What happens when the lifeguard says don't run? You see kids straight leg walking. So I'm running. Now I'm gonna walk fast. I'm gonna move my legs real fast, and they're straight. I'm gonna walk straight legged. And why do we do that? Because it's actually quicker to walk with a straightened leg, than it is to not bend your knees. To bend your knees and walk, it's not as quick, all right? You'd load energy on your leg when it's straight, and it makes it more efficient when you're walking. So there are two rules in walking. One, your leg has to be straightened as it supports your body, just like this. It has to be straight. And you can't run, or you can't leave the ground. There's a little bit of momentary flight phase in the stride in the elite athletes today, but it's basically to the human eye. And so you really, as one foot's landing, the other one's leaving the ground. So I'll demonstrate really quick. It's just a progression of steps. So one foot's landing, the other one's leaving. When you're running, you're up off the ground, all right? So you can't be off the ground when you're walking. And it's really an efficient event. It's very easy to do. And all it takes is learning a couple things. So we'll learn right now. And it's just really easy. I don't worry about my arms. I just walk, I land on my heel with my toe up in the air. And I'll just do that with the next leg. Just get your toe up, and that allows your leg to straighten. So when you keep your toe up, that's gonna automatically straighten your leg, okay? So I'm not worrying about my arms at this point. And then the next thing we do is just bend our arms. Now, whether you run or whatever, there's proper technique to running. And that's keeping your arms at a 90 degrees, like here at the elbow. And you wanna run like this, nice and easy. Well, we're gonna do the same thing walking. And so we're just gonna put that to walking. We're just gonna swing our arms like this. So that's basically how you start walking. You just look at you always keep your toe up, a nice roll off your foot, and you push off your toe. So now we can think about your toe going up in the air, rolling over your foot, and pushing off with your toe. It's a very easy technique to pick up. We just forget about it because we're not kids anymore, or we're not that young, we're not running at the pool. So just straighten leg, heel to toe, push off. And as you get better, you go faster and faster and faster, and it just becomes really easy. Your body starts to adapt to it. It's a very fluid motion. Running tends to put a lot of pounding on your knees. So I was a good runner, and I couldn't handle the knee impact. So walking was a lot easier for me. Race walking is a great activity to do for the rest of your life. I hope that you give it a try, and you can do it anywhere, whether it's around your block, in your neighborhood, it's very easy to do. Just take 20 minutes, try it out. Well, thank you for joining me today and doing the workout with me. And I want to thank the Foundation for Global Sports Development and Sidewinder Films.